There we go. Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. It's Lisa G solo this evening. Thanks for coming along. Tonight we are doing basics. I'll do a quick intro of me. I've been a Thermomix consultant since 2014. I did take a 2-year break, so I've been 8 out of the last 10 years. I've owned all 4 models of Thermomix, and I've been a consultant down near Mandurah and now in Beaver Lake. Alrighty. Okay, so I have put everything into my week. So tonight I'm going to make 2 basics and then make things from them. So I'm going to make almond milk, and then I'm going to use the almond meal to make something and the almond milk to make something. And then I'm going to make cooked egg mayonnaise, and then I'm going to make a coleslaw as well and use the cutter for that. All right. So let's go almond milk first. So as we know, you can scroll down to look at the ingredients, the prep, utensils, hints and tips. They're always really good. And then also, I always like to show people, see how that highlights. If I had a recipe that had 3 parts to it or more, such as a lemon meringue pie, and all I wanted to do was make the lemon curd part, I could scroll down to the step that I wanted, click on that, and it would jump straight to that step. I don't need to go next to get to that step, which is very cool. All right, start cooking. So place a large, so I've already done this step where I've actually weighed the, I don't know, yeah, I've weighed the almonds. Oh, and I've set aside to soak for an hour. And I've drained them. And here they are. I just used my old basket to do it. So 4 pitted dates. There we go. Throw them in. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. So vanilla and garlic are always done with heart. You just put in however much you want, 2 garlic cloves, 10 garlic cloves, totally up to you. Almonds and the soaking water. Well, that's good. How much water did I need? No drama. Let's just go back. 660 of water. Oh, that's okay, because that's 660 of water.
Lisa, well, they were not blanched almonds, were they? They had skin on?
Yes, just straight out raw almonds. And I soaked them for an hour. Yep, so we've done the dates, the vanilla extract, the almonds and the soaking water. Insert measuring cup. And then it's just going to go 2 minutes, speed 9. So I'll dial her up and I'll try and be entertaining for 2 minutes. Give me a thumbs up. You can hear me over the phone. Yep, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm put my nutmeg in a glass thing. This is also good for when you're doing icing. Let's put your icing bag on a glass thing.
Not very clear, Lisa. It's a bit.
So what I'm going to make with the almond meal, the almond milk is going to make a drink, and with the almond meal, I'm going to make some pretzels.
Does anybody else make their own milk?
I can't hear
Alternative
you,
milk.
and I can't tell if you can hear me. So it's all right. Only 40 seconds to go. Nothing's longer than 2 minutes when you're waiting. So there's other milk that you can do, soy milk, oat milk. You can do cashew nut stuff. We've got almond milk, uh, rice milk. So you can save a whole stack of money. It's like all over that. There we go. Money and time you can save. Pour mixture into a nut bag. Did you guys hear what I was talking about when I'm just rambling on?
It's a bit muffled, I'm afraid.
Ah, right. Oh,
So I don't know what you're going to make out of the almond milk.
Oh, okay. So a drink, and the almond meal. I'm going to make some crackers.
Crackers. What you said,
yes.
Prickles. Okay, crackers.
No. Crackers. That's what happens.
I thought she's going to be doing some chocolate.
Oh.
Got me excited there.
Gosh, that's something we haven't cooked for forever.
Mm.
Crackles and honey joys and all that sort of stuff.
Kayleen said she makes her own coconut milk as an alternative.
Coconut milk, yes, that's one I didn't think of. Yeah, soy, rice, oat, all sorts. And it's, a lot of it is all the same sort of processed. All right. So I'm just
I've made oat milk before.
Yeah, how did that go?
Yeah, really good. And I
definitely think with the go on.
I was just going to say sometimes when I use recipes, I have to adjust the dates, but sometimes don't like it too sweet.
Yes. And that's the thing, when you try something and then you try it again and you can always adjust what you're doing.
Another message from Kayleen.
Yes.
She said she's got a 4-year-old granddaughter that they make crackers for, and she loves them.
Well, that's great.
I'll just ask her what sort of crackers she makes.
So don't do what I'm doing. Maybe get a bigger bowl. They're making quite the mess. That's all right.
Oh, she did mean crackles. Chocolate crackles. Yum.
Oh, crackles, yes.
Not quite frickles.
From our childhood. Classics.
They're quite strong nut bags. Have you had yours for a while?
Yes. Yeah, and I actually, even with, I've used it a few times with turmeric. And I've just thrown it in the washing machine.
Oh, and the colours come out.
Yep. Very hardy bits of kit.
And of course, this is a huge money-saving thing to do in our kitchens, isn't it?
Absolutely. And things you can do with almond meal. We've got our favourite chocolate cake, was the torta caprese that we've made for practically every cooking class we ever did in the last 10 or 15 years. That uses almond meal. instead of flour. So that's an amazing gluten-free recipe. And there's lots of other ones. So there's crackers, there's drinks. Oh, earbud coming out.
Yeah.
Down. There we go. There's a long story as to why I only have one earbud in, and I won't dog on my daughter. But let me just say, yes. Quite the thing.
Done.
Quite the thing. Yes. All right. So I'll clean this up in a bit, but you can squeeze it right out and get that almond milk quite dry. I'll just lift it out. Smells lovely like vanilla, of course, because I went overboard with the vanilla. That's okay. That's what I like. I'm a big fan. I need to find someone who's going to Costco to buy me the giant vanilla. All right. Vanilla bean paste, that is. Only the good stuff. All right. So let us I'll just quickly rinse the bowl out. So I do have 3 bowls here. I don't want to be out. Okay. So pour the mixture into nut milk bag, squeeze into a bowl, discard the reserved pulp. I'm not going to do that. Use milk as needed. Okay. So I'm going to make the drink. So it's a banana and blueberry smoothie.
That sounds lovely.
I saw it and I thought, oh, very good, very good. Okay. So there we go, banana and blueberry smoothie.
Is that the breakfast one or?
No, and there was another one that was overnight chia, but I decided not to do that one because it was only sort of half the recipe and then you do the second half the next morning. But there's just some really great breakfast recipes and stuff like that that you can do easy overnight stuff.
I'm on a high protein diet at the moment, so it's a great way to boost my protein levels.
Yes. And I used to love doing one of these has you choose either wheat germ or linseed as part of the recipe. And I have to admit that I used to put a lot of wheat germ in yogurt and eat that, and that was absolutely delicious and super healthy. Oh my goodness, look at that. 2 bananas, approximately 200 grams. We've got 202.
Oh,
awesome. All right, 80 grams of frozen blueberries. It's always good to have frozen fruit. Yeah, so a tablespoon of wheat germ or linseed. So I actually didn't have wheat germ for some crazy reason. I couldn't find it in the shops. So I've popped linseed and yogurt. So I've just sort of popped the tablespoon of linseed on the top. There we go. 150 grams of
I'm loving that shop near Coles in Melville that you can scoop up what you want.
Yes, that's so good for saving money as well.
Especially when you're doing these lovely recipes with the Thermomix.
Yes. So I didn't put the ginger in, but I'm going to put my 200 grams of almond milk in.
So does it come out thin or has it got a bit of thickness? Because it sort of looks fairly...
It's fairly milk. Yeah, milk.
Okay.
It's as thick as milk. Well, you know what I mean. The same sort of consistency as normal milk. Let's get a nice glass to show you. Nice cup. And a lid. Yeah. The lid. Minute 30. Oh my goodness, we're going to go again. So for the crackers, I've actually got my baking paper. Do things in a slightly shorter next time. Just like so much
Good
news.
time for sign language. Lisa, to put in that savings calculator into the chat, how can you copy that into there?
And then divide between the glasses and save immediately. Oh, how purple that is.
Kayleen's just asking, are you blitzing this, Lisa?
Yes, so that was speed 9 on that one.
That's up to milling.
Yes. Pureeing. Yeah.
Vitamizing, yeah.
Yeah. And we've
Smooth.
also got a our blend mode in our TM6 for your smoothies as well. So you could just do independently.
What else would you use the blend mode for?
Yeah, for your smoothies and stuff like that. So there's our, looks pretty good actually. I'm just gonna, that's nice.
I
Nice and
love the
thick
colour
too.
in it.
That's awesome.
Kayleen said she's got a TM5.
Yes,
That's terrific. I reckon any Thermomix is better than none.
absolutely. Yeah. There's our drink. And then we're going to use our leftover almond meal. So what you can do is just on Cookie Do is you can just type in almond and then see all the things that use almonds, or you can type into the ingredients raw almonds. Let me front. There we go. All right. So next one again. We have got our crackers. Right, preheat the oven to 180. So my oven, I discovered after I burnt a couple of things, I had to read the instructions because it actually says to have the oven 30 degrees lower than any recipe asked me for. So that was a learning process when I moved in here. All right, 180 grams of our almond pulp, 148, 177. There you go, 184. And then I've still probably got another 50 or 60 grams to do something else with. So it's, don't waste what you've got. 50 grams of linseeds and 50 grams of chia seeds. Pre-weighed. Insert measuring cup. Oh, it's going to be another one, isn't it? Oh, handy hint. If your lid goes green like that, a little bit yellow or greeny, stick it out in the sunshine for half an hour in summer or an hour in winter. And oh no, it's only 10 seconds. Excellent. And that gets rid of all your turmeric and your curry stains. So it's 10. Right. And then, so I'll show you that. That's all our dry stuff. And then I've put all the herbs into one bowl. So it's half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is the very last of my thyme, half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of bicarb. That's that. And so most of this stuff you've probably already got at home in the kitchen. Tablespoon of coconut oil, tablespoon of warm water, and then one large egg, which shouldn't be too far. Oh, there it is, right next to it. And that's the other way of saving money is you've already got, well, most people already have quite a lot of the ingredients. Or once you buy the ingredients, you can use them for a lot of things. All right, another 10 seconds. Speed 4.5.
I always think, I'm not sure whether it's the quality of the ingredients or the fact they're not been stored for a long time, but the flavour is so different, isn't it?
Yes, when you're making your own. Absolutely. And another, well, and you know what's in it as well.
Oh,
So especially crackers. So my favorite recipe with crackers is the one that actually comes with the sun-dried tomato hummus and crackers recipe. I don't necessarily make the sun-dried tomato hummus, but I do make the crackers and they're fantastic. Just make sure you roll them super thin. I'm just going to put some of this out. And then with most crackers, you put it between two sheets of baking paper and then you roll it
I
out.
saw somebody doing that with tortillas as well.
Oh, cool.
You do that or not?
Yeah. I'm guessing if I've made tortillas.
Or pita bread, yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's a really good way of getting things flat without getting too much muck on your rolling pin. Like I just have.
So how thin do you think you should have that, Lisa?
So these crackers in the picture looked a little bit thicker than I would normally do the other ones. Because the other ones I would do until I can actually, it's the thinness of the actual seeds themselves. This one I might just go gently. And it spreads a lot, so you get a lot of crackers out of it. Might do it to that. So it's thin, but not too thin. Pull that off. And then I generally grab my trusty old pizza cutter out. If somebody's put it back in the right place. No, they have not. All right, that's cool. I've also got just a piece of plastic. I just score it so that when it comes out, it'll be crackers.
I invested in the mix shop. I brought those rolling
Ah, yes.
cracker shapes.
Yes, you can have them as well. They're good.
Oh, fun.
Yes. You can do 3 different shapes with those. There we go. 5 millimeters thick. Score. Fingers. Bottom baking sheet on a baking tray. And 15 to 20 minutes. So mine's probably a little bit thinner than they've said. That's all right. So I'm just going to set it for 10. And we'll see how it goes. Ew. So I've made almond milk and 2 things in 20 minutes. So let's now do the cooked mayo and then the coleslaw. So the cooked mayo is better. There we go. The cooked mayo is better because it's always the raw egg in mayo that that makes it go off so fast. If you do the cooked egg one, it will actually last a little bit longer. Cooked mayonnaise. Start cooking. So place a jug on the lid and weigh out 300 grams of grapeseed oil. So we use grapeseed oil, not olive oil, because olive oil makes it taste a bit meh. So either grapeseed or rice bran is good for mayo. Set aside the jug. I've already done that. Teaspoon of sea salt and 30 grams of white vinegar. Put that in. Does anybody make their own mayo? I have to admit, I don't do it very often because we don't eat a lot of mayo in this house. Okay, insert measuring cup. There we go. Okay, so 3 minutes, speed 1. And whilst that's going, we'll talk about the deals at the moment and our host rewards. So when we do a demo, or if you actually bring 2 people to one of our Zoom calls or one of our open houses, then you can be the host and qualify for host rewards. So we now have 8, 9 different host rewards now, which include the cutter here, the blade cover peeler, 3 different shaped thermo servers, bread mat and oven mat. You can actually get your cookie dough subscription for 12 months as a host reward as well, and the toolkit. Oh, and a vacuum sealer and container as well is one of our other host rewards. And if you have people come to your house, or we can do it by Zoom or do it at my house, and we just do 2 dishes or 3 if you want, and talk about food, which is why I love being a Thermomix consultant, because we talk about food. Love it. Now, on the Team 6, you can actually look at the next steps. Insert the measuring cup and the grapeseed oil and place it in a bowl. So you can see what you're doing as you go along and see the next steps as well. So our gift with purchase at the moment is actually one of these boards. I'll show you the sliding board, and it is so easy. to move, plus a
Oh,
sensor.
I definitely need one of those.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's just so easy to maneuver with one hand. So easy. And the sensor, and what's the third thing, Sandy? That I'm
The blade cover
peeler?
peeler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you actually get three things at the moment, and also same as if you're trading in a TM31, you get a $380 discount on your TM6, and then you can keep or sell your TM31 and get the host rewards. But that's only at the moment. All right, in a small bowl, crack 2 eggs. So turn speed selected to 3, and then follow the next steps. Add the eggs in one at a time. And the next one. Then reinsert the measuring cup. So the measuring cup, the TM6 measuring cup actually has a rim on the edge so that you can actually point the steam out. But then you can also let your oil in to do your make your mayonnaise. Reinsert the measuring cup. Turn it to speed 6 and slowly pour the oil in. So the lid and the MC are both perfect for this job. And you can't hear it, but I can hear that it's now wishing strongly, emulsifying. We'll see how we go. I know Kayleen's made mayonnaise before, made it at a class. One enough. I can hear it going round. I might have gone a little bit fast, but it's quite a forgiving recipe, so it should be fine. Also did I say the cutter's one of our permanent host rewards at the moment. Place in a bowl and use immediately. How good's that? Lovely.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like you. We don't use a lot, so I haven't, but my
yeah.
mother used to make this it's like a salad, but it's set in a jelly and it uses mayonnaise in it.
Oh wow.
About half a cup.
I've been watching this lady called the Midwestern Mum who does reels, and in the Midwest of the US, like all their salads aren't really salads. They use jello and marshmallows and all that sort of stuff. And Miracle Whip.
Oh dear.
But she's funny as. So there's our mayonnaise. So that's pretty awesome.
That was really
and
quick too.
yeah, super quick.
So how long does that last?
I will have a quick look at the tips and let you know.
Maybe I can.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of the mayo in the bowl because I'm about to make coleslaw. in the bowl anyway. But I'm going to use the cutter, so I'm going to clean the outside a little bit, but leave the blade. So I always go around the bowl. That's the base of the bowl, the side of the bowl. I always go around. Pretty much will scrape everything out. And then what we'll do is I'll show you the flick. So I've got a little bit of mayo still on our blades. What I'm going to do is come out of the recipe or just finish. I'm just going to dial her up to 10 for less than a second, and it flicks everything off the blades. And then a lot of the time, especially if you've got dip, you get another couple of tablespoons out of the bowl. And it's not as hard to clean it either. There we go.
So it keeps for up to 2 weeks in the fridge, Lisa.
Ah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so that's heaps longer than the normal mayo recipe. All right, let's pop that back in. Let me see how my crackers are faring. Oh yeah. Probably could have done them a little bit thicker, but that's okay. No, a little bit longer. Okay, so back to our recipes. My week. Oh, there it is, coleslaw. With the cutter. So the recipe has coleslaw and then in brackets TM6 Thermomix cutter. So place a bowl onto the mixing bowl lid and weigh your white cabbage, your red onion and your carrot and green apple. Set the bowl aside. Insert the cutter. So this is our cutter. So it cuts thick or thin on one side and shreds thick or thin on the other side of the blade. So slate color is for slicing, thick and thin. So if you think of the thick as your potato bake and the thin is your super thin potato crisps. Then we have our grey for grating side. And your thin grating is beautiful little grating twirls. I don't know how to describe it. And then, of course, your thick grating. So
Angel
I am going to put
carrot.
Sorry?
A bit like an angel hair carrot. It's that fine.
Yes. Yes, it's beautiful. Okay, so we want our slicing up. So we want our slate up. Pop the bowl in. So this can keep your bowl, your silver bowl clean. Yep.
Oh, sorry, we have a question about the crackers. What were they called again?
They were called, we can go out, my week. They were called seeded protein crackers.
Thank you. I'll put that in the chat.
Nice. And I will just, might pluck them out. And of course, most of the time, well, some of the time that we do these virtuals, we don't necessarily try it out before we make it, because that's part of the fun of it. But there's our crackers. Not too bad. So I'll just leave them for a couple of minutes to cool down. All right. Slicing, basting up. Place the cutter in position, and we want our cabbage first, and we want to go, thin. Blah, 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 carrot wedges. Okay, so when you cut your veg, you want to cut it so that it's going to fit in. Here's my cabbage. So I've cut it so it fits in through the hole solidly, too thin to start the mode. And put some more in. And it is super quick. Put some more in. Next, transfer into a bowl.
This week I injured my thumb and couldn't use my left hand, so the cutter has been an absolute godsend.
Oh, fabulous. All right, there is our cabbage. That looks awesome. And the other thing too with the cutter, if you're doing things where you are slicing things to steam in the Varoma, it actually aids with consistent cooking. So there's our cabbage. Then we go next. Slicing facing up, we've already got that. Ta-da! Onion halves vertically wide in the feeder. And we want to go thin. Again. So red onion this time. Sideways. Thin. And it's so quick. I did kilo and a half of potatoes in like 2 minutes. And that's with tipping out because it's only got it's got an 800 gram capacity. So there's our thin red onion. It's also amazing, the thin slice for radishes. Radishes are great. Thinly sliced. And then next, move the cutter with the grating. Oh, onion can still make you cry.
I can't remember. Did you mention that the cutter can be used in the TM5 as well, Lisa?
No, I didn't. Thank you very much. It can. Yes, it can, which is fantastic. So we want thin. This is great. This is my favorite. So thin carrot, grating. This would be quite, with all the things being thin, this would be a lovely.
I just love the fact that you use your whole carrot to get that and no grated knuckles.
Yes. So there's our carrot, which is just fabulous. There we go. Then we apple into the wide part, and we want thick grate of the apple. This is cool. All right, so because I've pre-measured my apple, I've got it so it will mostly fit in. Make it fit. No, I won't. Hang on. I thought I'd pre-cut it just the right size. That's all right. So great for grating up. A little bit more of my apple. There we go. I'll double check this one as well. Yep. It's good to go. And then we are going to thick. grate our apple. You can just shove the next bit in. Keep doing. Then transfer into the bowl with the cabbage. All right, so there is our thickly grated. Can you see that? The carrot. I may have underestimated. Remove the cutter. Add salad bowl. Right. So the other recipe, of course, was to chop the veg with the mayonnaise in it. Whenever you're doing salads, of course, 1 to 2 seconds, because you can go from beetroot salad to beetroot soup in about 7 seconds. And also, if you actually have your salad dressing within the bowl at the same time that you're chopping, you actually get a much better result. In my nerdy early consultant days, I actually did an experiment and found that to be the case. Right. So, crack out our apple. Oh, there we go. 3 tablespoons of mayo. I'm going to do it by eye because I like less mayo than most people. Just wash my hands. That's good. Put it out. Have you done the coleslaw with the cutter yet, Sandy?
Yes. I love trying different things. So when I cut my piece of apple off, I put the piece I cut off on the thin side. And I like putting a bit of oh gosh, what do you call it? Capsicum.
Oh,
bit of colour.
Nice. Yep. That's good. And everybody's got their special coleslaw recipe.
And the apple makes a big difference in there. I think it makes it much more refreshing.
So I've made a big mess, but that's okay. So we've got our mayo, our coleslaw, our
crackers,
and our almond milk.
Oh, milk.
Yep. I'll just put some of these on a plate. Yes, I think maybe putting these a little bit thicker, and I might do a lower temperature. I've still got some of the dough, I guess you'd call it, there. And I'll just point it down so that you can see. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They look lovely. Can you snap one near the mic? I want to hear it. I want to hear the crackle.
Oh, not completely. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's a little.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd probably do them a bit thicker and cook them lower and slower.
Okay.
Was this still recording? Oh, yeah, it is. All right. Hang on. I will just. Thank you for coming along. And there's all our things, and we hope to see you again. I'll just press